This is your WWF news of a Wednesday afternoon. Well, what's been going on? Well, we're going to talk about the meeting they had in Brussels with the 27 members of the so-called European Union regarding the events in the Middle East. The Commissioner of Energy, Jan Jurgen, had been receiving his 27 members in video conference. They didn't actually meet in person. And he said, there's no need to worry, but everything is fine, but we are concerned for the near future. And also he went straight into energy saving, suggesting people shouldn't use their private car. When he came to that point of a private car, a limited use of it, suggesting, in the end, they will introduce measures to limit the use of private cars. Car sharing, rationing of fuel, and probably other restrictive measures just to hit the private cars. I wonder why. Because we all know everything which we have as goods and services, they'll run on wheels, and plus on the top of it there's a heavy goods vehicles strike between 20 and 25th of April here in Italy. And this discussion regarding the private cars seems to emphasise a lot, suggesting the restrictions on it. Because at the end of the day, private cars is a symbol of freedom for people to move around freely. And probably these people in Brussels, the bureaucrats, who likes to tell people what to do, non-elected officials, let's get the record straight. No one has voted his people into office. It's a very corrupt institution. We all know that. And they come out with ridiculous directives or European laws, especially when it comes on private cars and the homologation of Euro 6 and Euro 7 and all that stuff, which is coming down the pipeline. And also incentivising electric cars. What bad news is that in a so-called energetic crisis or lockdown? They tried it before with lockdowns, didn't they? Now I don't want to deprive you of your personal form of transport, suggesting that smart working limited your travelling. Do not fly, do not travel around in a car. Car sharing. If the fuel archipelago is going to hit the West, that means public transport is going to be hit. There's going to be lesser services. And obviously, non-essential industrial production will have to grind to a halt. Only those of strategic importance they will probably allow. And mind you, there's been flying around this video on YouTube, some Italian bloke, which with the ministerial decree 94/2026, which obliges providers of internet to switch off the routers between midnight and 6 in the morning to save 3 terabytes of terawatts of energy, 3 terawatts of energy, electrical energy. If those do not comply, there'll be fines. And a fat lot of good is they're going to switch off people's internet during the night. You know, probably even switch off your mobile phone internet as well. And make it go silent. No mobile phone signal in the end. So that is the thing. It seems ridiculous, but whether this measure is legit, I've done research on Google. Doesn't result nothing like this in the current legislations here in Italy regarding this type of so-called measure. What this means, the people at home have to switch off the router or the provider through the telephone cables, fibre optics, switch it off there, or your signal is through a type of radio signal which the mobile phones use. That can be switched off, and it's not clear. It seems to be, you know, a little bit fear-mongering. And we seem to go back to the good old days of lockdowns due to a virus. Now, this thing about energy lockdowns, mind you, it was probably in the pipeline. We've got some of these people, the cults, had there been, you know, mentioning it. And suppose it's been purposely programmed, this crisis. You know, incompetent people in Brussels pursuing ecological goals which are unachievable, which are, you know, it would just bring down European society as it is, economically and socially speaking. That's what's probably the real aim is. You have to be very suspicious these days what these people say, like politicians or your wokey celebrity, because, you know, they're all of them on the bandwagon really regarding this thing. And it won't come to no surprise if they're all in it. You know, when you hear people talking this narrative, they're on it. They're on the payroll. They are the disciples of the globalists, the Zionists, whatever you call them. Scumbags of humanity, basically, they are. Which is just another way of getting at us and destroying us. They want to destroy us economically, our freedom of travel, which is a sacred principle guaranteed by any constitution. It's a human right as well. You can't eliminate the liberties of people without due process for that type of crisis. I should say phantomatic crisis. They want to make you go green. They want to make you drive an EV. And most of the power stations are powered by gas, fossil fuel. So what shit they're talking about? They want to, how do you say, power society with the farts of unicorns and rainbow colours. You know, these people are, they're really sick in their head, to be honest, for my opinion. And they're probably out again, that's for sure.